Trish Bryan, a single mother of 3, was sitting in front of her home, keys in hand, when she went inside for a moment to check up on her kids, leaving those keys behind. When she returned, they were missing. That was 2 weeks ago. Now let's fast forward to this morning when she woke up and noticed the car was missing from her driveway. She believes the same people that stole her keys are responsible.
Trish, when walking into a dispensary, get your personal information on file before you're able to go inside. But soon the door could be open to recreational users providing this information every time.
Here's the biggest one. Take a look at that. Yeah, smoldering hot spots all over the forest this morning. And despite the charred remains that you see right there all over the place, this fire could easily ignite because of the changing in temperatures. And as the wind picks up, one of these ambers could easily fly up and hit over to the
Yeah, everyone we talked to had a similar reaction, horrified and so upset for this mother-to-be. But unfortunately, they said they are not surprised that this latest violent encounter is the final straw.
Liz, a girl got off her school bus in this residential neighborhood on Tuesday. The bus came from that direction over there, and after it dropped her off, she was approached by a man in a pickup truck, probably somewhere in that area right there. Fortunately, though, this guy did not get her in his truck.
Megan.
That's right, Brian. Here in Medford, there is the potential for more wet and windy weather in the days ahead, or evening lightning, which could cause some spark fires like we saw here along Ross Stanley just a couple of weeks ago. Now, when I spoke...
So if you take a look behind me, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. That left-hand lane is the one-way road that runs all through Main Street, and right next to it is a bike path that I'm told is hardly ever utilized. And on the rightmost side of the roadway is a lane people are just confused on. They're not sure if they should park there or if they can drive there, since it starts and stops all throughout Main Street. Now, in about 20 minutes time, the community members will take to their city council at the 6:30 meeting and ask them if they can either provide a little bit more signage to make this a little less confusing or just rework the transit system altogether. With your connection live in Phoenix, Kimberly Colliner, News 10. It says what could be misleading is that for people under the bridge, it may not appear to be dark, but for riders approaching the bridge, they're pitch black. With your connection live in Medford, Kimberly Colliner, News 10.
From the air and ground, fire crews continue to put out hot spots, at one point even closing off roads leading to the Whispering Oaks community. Neighbors are still processing what happened.
Before you know it, flames got up to about 20, 30 feet in the air, and the fire department started showing up.
Bob Van Reeth is checking out his neighborhood and is grateful the brush fire did not turn for the worse. He also happens to be a first responder and stayed back to help as 20 other families were evacuated during the worst part of the fire last night. He says embers from the fire spread on top of trees into people's yards and even charred a roof.
They were landing all over the place, and a lot of fires were starting up high in the trees with the dry branches and on the ground. I had about 5 in my little patch of my woods.
Although 2 homes were damaged, neighbors are glad everyone is safe as firefighters continue to monitor a neighborhood that's just feet away from one of their fire stations.
You could hear them coming on by because I left my doors open.
Andrea Marvin, CBS 12 News.
Had they not been here when they got here, within a half an hour, you could have easily walked. It was that bad. Getting that bad.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
And today was the last day for the Medford Railroad Park. News 10's Alexander Masadou takes us there for a quick train ride.
Well, this is our 36th year we've been open. Today is the last day of the season. It's been free of charge since the day we opened. We've never charged for train rides or admission, so that makes it special.
We love this place. I consider this to be a true gem of the Rogue Valley. It really demonstrates what community truly is and can be. You know, this place is all volunteer run. It's all donation based, and I can't even believe that something this wonderful is here and that we are so privileged to be able to enjoy it.
It's been really fun, you know, being here for multiple years. Watching the railroad park grow.
So after so many years, you know, we see parents bringing their kids because their parents brought them when they were kids, and now it's after 36 years, now we're getting grandparents who bring their grandkids because that's how long we've been here. I look back and could remember I could see all the way across the park and there was nothing here. You know, it's wonderful.
Being a part of the city, I hope to support it in whatever capacity we can for a very long time. It's been here 35 years. I hope it's here for 35 more.
This has been a piece of my childhood, and I'm pretty sure it ain't going anywhere.
This morning, local firefighters took part in an annual tradition of climbing the stairs at the Rogue Valley Manor. News 10 photojournalist Alex Messidu was there and has more in tonight's top story at 5.
Today we showed up and what we did was climbed the manor here with a group of other firefighters from around the valley, just as a commemoration for all those people that were lost at 9/11.
15 years ago, Captain Robot at the time took his crew and climbed, and then when the department heard about it, everybody wanted to do that. So it was a Medford event the next year, Medford Fire Department. And then after that, we opened it up to all the fire agencies in Southern Oregon, basically about Roseburg down and Klamath County, Northern California. And it's turned into this event of how we're able to here in Oregon, all the way across on the West Coast, from the East Coast, to support and remember what happened in New York and Washington, D.C. And we're passing on the tradition and we're passing on the memory.
I was just a kid when that happened. I was 10 years old, but now, growing up and coming into this career field, you see the impact that it had on a lot of people.
For me, we should never forget any of that, any sacrifice.
Klamath County Fair is starting tomorrow.
And a classic fair favorite, 4-H and FFA shows will happen over the week. News 10 photographer Alexander Messidu spoke to a few students who are happy to show the community their work.
My pig's name is Gypsy. This is Gypsy and this is Platinum over here. This is my main market hog who I'll be selling this year and showing. I have been in fair since I was in 4th grade, which is when you can start doing it, about 9 years old. And I've been showing pigs for about 4 years. I started out showing lambs, but now I'm here showing pigs at the fair. I'd say the Klamath County Fair benefits all these kids here. We're teaching kids a lot of different leadership qualities, responsibility, stuff like that. And also kids get to come in here and show what they've got, show what they've worked hard for all summer, and they get a paycheck at the end of the summer for it, so it really just all pays out.
This is how we've grown up on farms or ranches, and we do it because we like it, and it's a good experience to be involved in. It means a lot. It's definitely helped me grow as a person, and it's taught me a lot of things, and it's really helped me grow up a lot. So, I mean, I'm glad it's my last year, but it definitely has taught me a bunch.
Kids here are very hardworking kids. They've put their whole summers, and some kids even who show steers and whatnot, put their whole entire years into it. And they work really hard. They learn responsibility and leadership skills. These FFA and 4-H kids are the future of agriculture for Klamath County. And they're just great leaders and great kids in Klamath County, and I think that a lot of kids could look up to them in some sort of way, and that there's a lot of proud parents out here and people that should really be happy that we've got kids like this out here doing stuff like this.
They work really hard
Yes.
during Fair Week. Good luck to you guys.